let's talk about let's switch to the NBA.
The association.
That's right. Steph and Steph Curry, like the Warriors are going through it.
They are.
Plain and simple. They lost to Toronto last night. Like, it's bad. And I keep looking at Steve Kerr, and I know, like, his guts are just churning because he played with Michael Jordan.
Tim
he
Duncan,
won.
Pop.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He won a lot of places. And then, of course, once he took over from Mark Jackson, Golden State, they won 4 championships. They were always in the mix, all this other stuff. And now this team is just dreadful. And they know they don't have a roster to compete. They really don't. And remember, they got off to a good start. Rob G, were they 10-2 or something? They got off to a
they
fantastic.
Started off looking good. You're like, all right, what they got going on.
Right?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Maybe they didn't need Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson who? Yeah. Right, and all that.
Yeah.
And it's been, they've been in a crapper for the most part, okay?
With no toilet paper on the seat.
So here's what, they were hovering.
Okay.
It's okay. You can hover.
Okay.
Just, cheek to cheek, just hover. But Steph, I got to give Steph credit.
Wait, hold on. Breaking news.
No, that is breaking news. Because
I thought I was hard on Steph. You.
No, but Steph Curry at least has acknowledged that this franchise has done a lot for him.
Mm-hmm.
They've put a lot of money. their luxury tax, what they pay?
Crazy,
it's crazy. Like, people, they've done everything. But Steph went on to say that he's not expecting them to turn over, get rid of all the young players, do everything for him so that he could have a chance to win. So he's conscious of the franchise and doesn't feel entitled that you can waste his. You're wasting Steph's years by not having a team that's eligible or a roster that's fit for the championship. Let's hear Steph Curry.
Desperate trades or desperate moves that deplete the future, like there is a responsibility allowing or keeping the franchise when in a good space and good spot when it comes to where we leave this thing when we're done.
I respect that. I really do. Now, that's not LeBron, because when you get into bed with LeBron, it's like all those young kids, just get rid of them.
Crazy.
I'm talking about the all the people. Get rid of them. Right?
That's true.
Trade them away. Well, I don't care. We need somebody for now. I can't worry about the future. I don't care about the future. I get it. You're 40 years old. You're chasing this Michael Jordan ghost. You feel like his fans are like, oh, you're wasting LeBron's years and all this stuff. You're not entitled, or that you have a birthright that every team you play on should have a chance to win a champion. It just doesn't work like that. You don't respect Steph for at least acknowledging that. He's making $50 million from the team. Mm-hmm. They got a ridiculous penalty for going over the salary cap. I mean, they've done everything for him. I don't know what else you could want.
Wait, why you just assume I ain't with Steph on this one?
I don't know. I'm you're a LeBron guy.
So here is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with one organization in the Warriors that is homegrown. Steph is homegrown there. All I ever known, all I ever wanted to be, all they've ever known, the new ownership is we bought in and we got Steph Curry and obviously Draymond, and Kerr's been our guy. So he's homegrown in that I want to do right by this organization. I want this organization to get it right. I want to be a part of it. I don't want them to be scrambling and trying to do stuff, because this organization also, by the way, is run by a bunch of smart people who are very analytical. This is why they won before KD, won a bunch with KD. He stays. They might have won for 8 more years.
If it wasn't for KD, they wouldn't be the dynasty or whatever.
True, but they would not. They'd walk away
because they lost a 3-1 lead to LeBron. And
I 1,000% agree with that.
With all the analytics, you can say all you want and how smart they are. Without KD, they would not be looked upon the same way. It would
no argument. But you're missing the point of that they got KD. That's a part of how this all works out. So they got KD. They won a bunch. Absolutely made them better. They made them almost possible to beat. And then they win without KD. Point being, they find ways. There's a smart organization, and this is why they've had such a run that they've had over the last, we'll call it 10 years now. The Lakers, on the other hand, are a family-owned business who do family dealings. We'll pay Kobe Bryant well past what he deserves because he's our guy. He's been there for us as we do. LeBron comes in, we'll pay him more than he probably deserves. He's been here. We won a championship. We owe it to him, and we also need him because all the Lakers have.
They don't need the Lakers. Do not need LeBron James.
But what I'm saying is, Rob, this is how they do business. All they have is that business, the Lakers. That's literally the family business. They don't have anything else.
No, but what empty seats were they?
No, I'm not questioning.
When you say, like, I'm just asking you.
Yes.
I'm asking you,
yes.
seriously. LeBron, no LeBron, there will not be any empty seats here.
You're missing
for the Lakers.
Point.
What?
Part of what they do is have a superstar. We go get the biggest free agent in 96.
Okay, but
Shaq. We go Kobe about to leave. No, Kobe. Keep Kobe. We go get Kareem when we got match. So what I'm saying is, it's not that they'll all of a sudden not have fans. They know that we need to keep fans, and we need to. This is all the family has, right? It's a real thing. A lot of these owners own multiple things. This is the fun thing I have. This little NBA.
No, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
The Knicks haven't won a championship since 1973, okay? What empty seats do they have at Madison Square Garden?
Nope, that's where you're missing.
I'm trying to tell you that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's playing or not.
I'm not.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Nobody's answering. Nobody's saying the Knicks are never going to have fans. The Lakers have built an identity on what? Winning. That's who we are. That's what we do. That's what we become. And what do all of us do? You fall in and hold on to your identity, what you are. The Knicks don't have that identity.
They didn't go to the playoffs for the last 5 years of Kobe's career.
Right.
Did they go to the playoffs?
Because of what I just said.
Did they have any empty seats?
They gave him a bunch of money and hamstrung to Kobe because I just mentioned.
But did they have Did they have empty seats at the arena, or people not care about the Lakers?
You're stuck on the seats. It's a broader thing than just simply seats. It's merchandise, it's relevance, it's TV. All of this goes into it.
So I'm asking you, if LeBron isn't here, they don't sell any merchandise. Is that what you're telling me?
No, what I'm saying is they love
people
doing
don't
business.
Show up.
They love doing business with the biggest star.
I get that.
So then what are we talking about?
But it could be somebody else. It doesn't have to be LeBron.
And it can eventually be
It could have been Kawhi without LeBron because he's from L.A. It could have been other people is what I'm saying. It's not LeBron only.
Man, you're missing the point. Nobody's saying it's LeBron only. It has been Kareem. It's been Magic. It's been Shaq. It's been Kobe. It has now been LeBron. The point is they love to do business with said megastar.
Okay, but you're missing my point. It's the brand that's bigger.
Right.
The Laker brand is bigger. I know LeBron's a great player. Just like the Yankees. I don't care who comes. Right? Juan Soto just walked out on them.
Nobody's
people not going to the Bronx this summer?
I'm telling you how the brand operates. How is that debatable? The brand operates, literally their track record is this. They don't do homegrown, which was my point if you'd have let me get it out. The point is the Golden State Warriors did a homegrown thing. They found Draymond, they found Clay, they found Harrison Barnes, they found Steph, they built these, they cultivated. Lakers don't do that, is my point. They go get a star. We got LeBron for a few years, we got a championship. Okay, keep LeBron, you want Bronny, we do that, and then LeBron's going to fade away, it's going to go away. Go get the new star. They don't build is my point. Not that the Lakers are some irrelevant brand. Their brand of business is we go get the next thing. We don't have time to build. We don't have time for developing because our brand is we're always good and we got superstars. And look, superstars.
So when Kobe was here his last 5 years, who did they go get?
The brand was Kobe.
Oh, that
was the brand.
And they didn't make the playoffs for his last 5 years.
Because the brand was Kobe, superstar.
So that was the brand, but you said the brand was about winning.
What I'm saying is
did they win during those years?
But they won 2 with him.
They didn't win until they went out and got Pau Gasol.
What I'm saying,
Smush Parker used to play here. Can I give you? You remember that roster?
Who did you just say they got? Pau Gasol.
No, but Smush Parker was a part of a team that the Lakers had.
And they went and got Pau. That's my point. The Lakers don't build. That's literally my point, Rob Parker.
My point to you is it has nothing to do with Steph being a homegrown. I get it that he's homegrown, but I'm telling you that you could also, if you're the Lakers, say to LeBron, we're not giving away everybody and everything just because we hope they went and got Anthony Davis.
Right.
They're lucky that they got that bubble championship, because if they didn't get that bubble championship, my God, what a bad
right. But you're telling them what they could
this would
do.
Be of Laker basketball.
You're telling them what they could do. I'm telling you what they literally have done for 50, 60 years. This is what they've done. This is literally what they've done. Kobe rotted out too long because they're honorable to their family. This is what he's part of our family. Jeannie Buss loves him. This is literally what they do, Rob. Then they faded away. Boom. Go get LeBron. Go get LeBron. Got LeBron. It's worked. They got a championship. And then, okay, it's fading. It's fading. They're going to go get the next. They're going to Anthony Edwards or something. This is what they do. And what I'm saying is the difference is when you go into business with LeBron, this is a business deal. He goes to the Heat. It's a business deal. I'm here 4 years. I'm out. Go back to Cleveland. I'm here 4 years. I'm out. Going to the Lakers.
That's not it. It's called he's just selfish and he feels like This is the point I'm trying to make. Is Steph is not that.
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah,
Steph is realized, but it's not. LeBron is just selfish, and he believes there's some birthright that he has to be on a team that's vying for a championship, no matter if it's good health for the franchise long term or not. And I get it.
And that's
Jeannie
what I'm
Buss
saying about
has
the
agreed
business
to
deal.
it.
That's what I'm saying.
Has agreed to it, but that ain't the way that you have to run it, even if you're the Lakers. Because the Warriors don't have to do that. Steph Curry could act like, oh, yeah, well, they've done everything for him.
Right.
And he's still saying, you know what, I get it.
Because they have a mutual bond is my point. They have come to, this is what we've built, this is who we are. That's my point exactly with the Lakers. This is what proven to be what they've done. They are in business dealing with LeBron and all that it comes with it. They sat up here and signed his son. You don't think they're in business dealings with LeBron? His son, who you set up here, he shouldn't even been in the NBA. That proves my point that they're in a business dealing. I'm not saying they shouldn't be in the future. This is currently what they do. So what they've done is now say, we're signing LeBron. We're all in. LeBron comes and says, it's a package deal. I want the coach. I want my kind of guys.
How many players
I want
that they let
players.
go that they talk about a lot. Oh, LeBron don't have this. Go back. We need this, need that. Those players were here.
They ended up being good players, but that's what I'm
here.
saying. They didn't take the time to develop. This is the package deal with me. If I come here, I need these kind of guys. I need all the
and
clutch,
I need my son,
players.
And I need my son
everybody
who doesn't play.
Everybody signed the clutch sports. I need this. And the Lakers said, sign us up. And it got him a championship. But now it's fading. I don't even see how you don't see what I'm saying. When Rob and I talking about Steph, saying he didn't want the Warriors to make any irrational moves, many random trades, had a handicap in the team, and comparing that to the LeBron, where the last however many years with Lakers, they're getting rid of any and everybody to kind of go and chase the ring. 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
All right. Let's kick it off with Joe in Las Vegas. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Joe?
Joe.
Well, I think Mr. Parker probably won this particular debate because the thing about the Lakers is you're always hoping and praying that the next star is going to come to you. But in the NBA, with the salary thing the way it is, I can play in Oklahoma City and make more money there under the contract than I can in L.A. So now you're either asking a superstar to take less money to come play with the Lakers, or you come to the Lakers while LeBron is there, and you're a superstar, and now you got to play like the co-starring, you don't get the main title on the movie. You're with the also starring or also ran because you got to be under his shadow. So what's going to happen with the Lakers is just like what happened after Kobe, after Magic and them won. They went downhill because the brand wasn't there. Nobody was coming. Then they got Shaq and they got Kobe, and they had their nice little run. And at the end of Kobe's, they went right back down again. And LeBron, his run is about over, and they're going to go right back down again because
I agree.
That's about so. What the thing with the Warriors is, you can bring those guys along, and you can have more consistently.
Right. That's why I think what Steph is saying is great, because he's not saying it's my birthright. You can't burn my last 3 years without me having a chance to win. He knows this year they don't have a roster to compete. He's playing knowing he can't compete with the other teams in the West.
LeBron is hell-bent on legacy.
Okay.
He's trying to get to enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Steph is content. We didn't expect Steph. We thought he'd be a good
Steph
player.
is like, I won 4. If this is the
None
LeBron,
of us saw this
if this is the
coming
LeBron era, I won 4 championships in the LeBron era.
And no one expected
just as many
him.
as he's won.
We thought, he'll be a fun little player. We didn't know he'd be this. So there's a place in contentment. And whereas LeBron's like, I gotta win by any means. I gotta win.
Rich in Texas, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Rich?
What's up, Rich?
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
Doing well,
great.
Good. Hey, I think it's obvious that LeBron, he used to be a hired gun and would move around from team to team and get things built around him. But now that he wants to settle down and stay in LA, it's not working out well for him. So that's obvious. But I'd also like to push back against Calvin saying that the Lakers haven't been homegrown. I mean, they drafted Magic Johnson. He stayed with them their whole career.
Thank you.
James Worthy.
Thank you.
All of those were homegrown, and then they tried to do it with Nick Van Exel for a while, but that didn't work out so well. And then they drafted Kobe, and he stayed with them their whole
Great
career.
point. So here's my
Thank
pushback.
you.
So here's my pushback. You can thank him. That's fine, but that's not accurate to the era of free agency. That didn't exist back then. So of course Magic Johnson's going to stay there, just like Larry Bird stayed there. There was no free agency back then. So my point, I'm
You
talking
could
about
trade people. There were trades.
Rob Parker, yes, there was a random trade of some dude, and they would literally trade for a wash machine as well. I'm talking about real free agency we deal with now. So that's why I'm talking
How'd they
about
get
the more
Shaq?
modern. That's what I'm talking about, the modern era, and that's when they started to do that. They started to get the Shaq, and we got to pair him with this person. We got to go get 80. We got to get Paul.
No, but
I'm saying yes, they got Magic back in 80.
No, but that is a big part of their legacy. Those are homegrown.
No,
players.
but maybe I thought it was obvious what I was saying. I was saying
it wasn't
the
obvious.
modern era, the last 30 years or so. I didn't know we were going back to.
No, you said that was the Laker way.
That's what it has been their way. That's not even debatable.
Okay, but
they get the whole point of this.
But
was
some of their greatest players who ever played were
no. What was the point of the conversation?
Some of their greatest
the point
players.
of the conversation was
name the top 5 greatest players.
Right. Let me know when you're going.
I'm just asking you.
The point of the conversation was getting rid of young players and not developing them and making moves. That was the point.
No,
and that
but you,
was what
but
I'm saying
you
the
also
Lakers
said
have
that
done
the Lakers
for the
way
last 25 years.
Was going to get people,
That's
but
what
they also have drafted some of the biggest stars in their franchise history.
When no free agency. You're right.
Jerry in Seattle, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jerry?
Not much. Kelvin, you got to let this one go, man.
Tell him.
Tell me why,
Tell him, Jerry.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the biggest player in the world, and like the caller just said, it took a drafted, homegrown player, Irvin Johnson, to take him over the hump.
Yes.
Shaquille O'Neal was the biggest player in the world, but pretty much one of them when they brought him in. Took a homegrown Kobe Bryant to get him over the hump. I mean, you need to just say, Rob might have got you on this one.
Thank
bro.
you.
No,
Thank
because
you. That was my point. Is that it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't. They don't have to
be
They don't
that
have
way,
to
but
buy
I'm
into
literally-
LeBron's thing. They could have.
I'm with you on that.
They could have had some of these players that they let get away because they've allowed LeBron to manipulate them and tell them that.
I literally
and this
don't
is what
understand
I
how
think.
that's the question.
This
That's
is
what I'm saying they did, and that's what they've done. They've been in the business with it.
This is what I'm saying. Why I love what Steph is saying is that he understands that he doesn't want to leave the Warriors in a lurch
I agree
or
with
in a
that.
bad spot because you're trying to throw bad money, or bad deals just to try to get players for him.
Plus,
He's okay.
they have a system. LeBron, unfortunately, has become the system, and if it doesn't work his way, it doesn't work. Fox Sports Radio, NBA Insider, and right down the street, and thankfully, I had to check in on him and his wonderful woman. They are okay. They are safe with the wildfires here in Southern California. What's up, Mark?
What's up, Mark?
Hey, Kelvin, Rob, glad you all are hanging in as well and staying safe out here.
Yeah, it's wild, brother.
And he lives close to the radio station, so the other night was a little scary Friday night, wasn't it?
I think we both evacuated Friday night, and we're both back, hopefully for good. But these wins, I guess, are day to day.
Yes, no doubt about it.
Yep.
All right.
Some NBA talk.
Yeah, let's. What do you want to start with, the Lakers?
I mean, nothing really to talk about with the Lakers right now.
Yeah, didn't they lose the other night?
Yeah,
Well,
what's new?
if you don't mind me interjecting, Rob, I had some reminders of you yesterday because I was at the Laker game.
Okay.
We're seeing Michael Cooper get his jersey retired.
Did you scream Rob doesn't want him to?
And I talked to Magic Johnson afterwards, and he was saying things that Rob Parker has been saying where he was like, one of the reasons why so many of the Showtime Lakers were back was we were really close. We're a family. We did everything because we were on the team for a while, and that doesn't happen in today's NBA. And then he also said, we always practice. Now teams never practice anymore. I felt like I was talking to Rob Parker while I was talking about it. It was pretty funny.
He's right, though. I mean, we know what's happening here with that. Let me ask you, let's start here. We just were talking about Steph Curry, who said basically to the Warriors, please don't sell the farm to try to put together a roster for me, and do stuff that might cause them damage long term. But the Warriors are bad. Can we say that, Mark? I mean, they lost to Toronto last night. They started off really well, and people thought, they don't need Klay Thompson, and they have really, really struggled for a significant amount of time now.
Yeah, they're a sub-500 team, 19-20, and I think that's what it's going to be throughout the rest of the season, barring a significant move. I think Steph Curry is really conflicted here because the mixed messages show that he's trying for the organization to find that fine line of understanding, don't squander the future and make bad deals just to make them marginally better, but don't take my championship window for granted. And so that's where the Warriors' predicament are in. They thought, partly because of that strong start, that finding more roster depth and parting way with Clay would help some of those things. And look, they're all good role players when you go down the line, but the reality is some of them have been hurt. The young players have shown growing pains, as they always have.
Not consistent either, right? A lot of inconsistency.
Well, yeah, Brandon Podziemski, he was supposed to have a bigger role this season to replace Clay, and he hasn't been able to shoot a shot at all this season, really. And then, there's been injuries, and some of their other role players, they're great, but they're okay, but not great. And so that's what happens when you have a collection of okay players. You're no better than barely above or below 500. So I think when you look at the big picture of this, they did go the right route of choosing this lane as opposed to putting all their chips into getting Paul George last summer.
You ain't lying about that.
Or Laurie Marketing. But that doesn't mean that's the right play for the trade deadline. They just need to find the right deal so they have that game-changing player that puts them over the top so that they don't squander the rest of Steph's championship window.
So are we wasting our time, Mark? Can we all just fall asleep and wake up in June, and is it going to be the Thunder versus the Cavs? Because, my gosh, these teams are ridiculous. They're not even they just don't lose. They literally don't lose. The Thunder are 9-1 in their last 10, sitting at 32-6. The Cavs are, guess what they are? 9-1 in their last 10, 33-5. It's remarkable what they're doing.
I will say this. We can fall asleep until May because that's when the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics will play in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that's a 7-game series. I initially thought it was going to be, favored to Boston because they're the incumbent champs. They have most of their core back. Yeah, there's always going to be health questions about Kristaps Porzingis, but he's a luxury, not a necessity. But seeing Cleveland just reel off all these wins, I think that they are the better team. Donovan Mitchell has raised his game to another level. He's shown that he and Darius Garland can coexist together. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, the same thing with the front court. Kenny Atkinson is going to win Coach of the Year. And I think the other thing that's telling is that when they were in town in L.A. a few weeks ago, Kenny Atkinson was saying Donovan Mitchell's leadership is similar to what he saw with Steph Curry when he was an assistant with the Warriors. So they have really every single button you need to push with having a championship window. They got really top-heavy talent. They got depth. They get along well in the locker room, and they're all healthy and they're well coached. So I wouldn't be surprised that we will see them in June, but it'll still be fun seeing them in Boston in May.
How about Zion Williamson? If you're in New Orleans, what are you doing? Can you unload the guy? Is there somebody else who'll take him off your hands? Yeah,
what city has the worst food?
He's late.
Send him there.
He's late for flights now and late for like this is a nightmare. This guy.
Yeah, the fact that they had to release a statement and get him to have a statement there released by the team saying he's apologizing. Like, what is this? Middle school?
Right.
High school? The Pelicans have always been adamant in the past that they wouldn't trade Zion because when he's on the court, he's really effective.
Well, that's good.
And here I'm kind of it's a slow pitch.
Right,
here,
I understand. I'll go
change. Right, where they used to say that. They also used to say, "Look, it's a work in progress, but he is being open and coachable with how he changes his dieting to improve his conditioning. He has the right intentions, but." How many times have we heard this? It's basically since he's been a rookie in 2019. So I think in today's NBA, by year 5, you are who you are as far as your availability, your injury history, your attitude. And so I don't know if the Pelicans think this, but I think this. They got to just cut their losses. I get when he's on the court, he still is such a unique player that is very skilled. The problem is he's not always he is very rarely on the court, so I don't think it's worth it anymore.
No, I'm with
they
you.
got to cut their losses and see what they can do. But The problem is, I don't think there's going to be a lot of interest in trade partners for the same reason.
Man, if you'd have told me 6 or 7 years ago, when he was at Duke and blowing out shoes, even his high school mixtape that we would be here where you're like, it might not even be an interest for him. That's crazy. Mark Medina, our guest. Mark, I want to quickly ask you about the Jimmy Butler situation. Apparently, he had a one-on-one, a face-to-face with Pat Riley. That's two guys who are stubborn, two ego-driven guys. So
I hope Pat Riley holds his ground. I really do.
So what do you think is happening there? He said he absolutely will not resign Jimmy Butler and that he doesn't want to be there and requested a trade, formally looking at Pat Riley.
Yeah, I mean, if we see Pat Riley's behavior, he does what he thinks is best. He didn't hesitate to trade Shaquille O'Neal. He stood by Eric Spoelstra when he was hearing pressure from LeBron to have Pat Riley replace him. During the first year with the Big Three in Miami. So I don't think he's going to blink here. But the practical parts of Jimmy Butler's contract makes it very challenging because he has the player option this summer. So the idea that he can just go through the rest of this season and keep him on the roster, it's all fine and dandy, but what do they do in this offseason? There's no reason Jimmy Butler would want to opt out of his player option because he's going to get $52 million. Right. I don't think he wants to leave Miami that much money on the table only to sign with another team that's going to be, mid-level exception.
But that's what I would force him to do, is you're not. And if Jimmy Butler's so he doesn't have any joy.
What you going to do with him, though?
Well, no, but I'm just saying.
But here's what I'm saying, Rob. I don't think the Heat want him anymore either. And
no,
so
but I get that.
Exercise the player option. That's the predicament.
But I don't believe that. I don't believe he's going to stay there. Seriously, I don't. And I understand what you're saying with the $52 million. He might cut his losses and say, I'll go somewhere else. I won't make as much this year.
Wow.
And, but I can't see, because Pat Riley will have then stared him down and will have beaten him and said, we didn't trade you like you tried to demand you. You didn't strong-arm us into a new contract. You see what I'm saying, Mark?
Yeah.
And so Jimmy would have to save face and re-up with the Heat. To me, the Heat are in the driver's seat because Jimmy would have to try to save face. Well, why would you re-up? You said you had no joy here. Why would you come back?
Parker, one thing I know about you love some money, $50-something million.
No, I got it.
Listen, I will sit on their bench, eat popcorn, and clap for 52. Yeah, that's right.
I'm just saying.
Go, Tyler Hero. Dog.
He talked a big game, and then he'd have to be
because he got a trump card in his back pocket of $52 million.
If I'm Pat Riley, I ain't doing it.
I know, and we're gonna be sitting right there with $52 million. While you happy with your hair, wonderful slick back hair?
Nah, because I make you play and I make you run in practice and everything.
I think I'm okay. Jimmy Butler's in great shape. Mark, thank you, man. Stay safe out here.